Some things are not up for debate, and the makeup of an authentic Chicago hot dog is certainly on that list. From Windy City mainstays to gems in unexpected cities, these are the best Chicago-style dogs around. As the oldest hot dog stand in Chicago, Dave's Red Hots is a pretty solid spot to try an authentic Chicago-style dog. Ida and David Kaplan opened the stand in the 1930s, and it became a beloved neighborhood fixture. Since 1971, the shop has been run by the Fountain family, and they haven't changed the menu much from the early days. You can still get original offerings like hot dogs, Polish sausages, and sandwiches. Dave's Red Hots serves what some call a depression dog. It features a Vienna beef hot dog, mustard, pickles, and sport peppers. Irv Carm, whose family once owned the stand, told the Chicago Tribune that his father refused to offer any other condiments or poppy seed buns because he believed it would ruin the taste of the dog. Today, you can get relish and onions by request. And if you want a delicious bite of Chicago hot dog history, many say this is the spot to go. As one Yelp diner said, "I've been eating here since the days of my youth, and the food is just as good today as it was back in the day."
This food is awesome.
It's a neighborhood staple.
Vienna beef got its start at the 1893 Columbian Exposition when two Austrian-Hungarian brothers introduced their beef frankfurters to the world. Since then, Vienna beef hot dogs have been gracing buns across Chicago and beyond. Some even go so far as to say that a Chicago hot dog isn't the real deal unless it's made with a Vienna beef frank. Luckily, the Chicago-based company ships its products all over the United States, so die-hard fans can get their fix no matter where they are. If you want to try one of the snappy hot dogs from the source, head to the Vienna Beef Factory store and Café on Morgan Street in Chicago. The Café sells a variety of hot dogs and sandwiches. The Chicago-style hot dog is about as classic as you can get, with a Vienna beef hot dog, mustard, relish, onion, tomato, pickle, and sport peppers on a poppy seed bun. One Google reviewer said, "You can't get much better than directly from the source. Absolutely the only dog to be considered a true Chicago-style hot dog." Gene Mormino and Jude DeSantis wanted to offer something different when they opened their hot dog stand in the 1940s. The solution was a hot dog slathered with relish, mustard, onion, and sport peppers served in a fluffy bun with french fries. Nearly 80 years on, Gene and Jude's serves the same creation today, along with double dogs and tamales. The no-nonsense stand is about 15 miles outside of Chicago in River Grove, but fans are more than happy to make the trip for its iconic hot dogs. Gene and Jude's is consistently called out for its supremely tasty hot dogs. One longtime regular said on Google, "This is hands down the best Chicago-style hot dog anywhere. I've been coming here since 1978, and their dog and fries are out of this world tasty. No one seems to mind that there are no seats, no ketchup, and the lines can be long." As one customer said, "The hot dog, simple yet perfectly executed, paired flawlessly with the golden french fries. Despite the long line and drive, the experience was unquestionably worth it." You can't miss Superdawg Drive-In with its neon lights and 12-foot hot dog mascots standing on the rooftop of the building. The drive-in opened in 1948 and is still family-run to this day. Although the drive-in has been updated over the years, it still retains its retro vibes and serves up the hot dogs that made it famous.
As we always say, hiya, thanks for stopping.
Hi, thanks for stopping. Can I take your order, please?
According to the company's website, the hot dog is not a Wiener, not a Frankfurter, not a Red Hot, but our exclusive Superdawg. There are a number of things that set Superdawg's hot dogs apart from the competitors. First, the all-beef hot dogs are made with a special recipe featuring a blend of spices. Then there are the toppings, which include mustard, piccalilli, a kosher dill pickle, chopped Spanish onions, and hot peppers. Each order also comes with fries. As one customer wrote on Google, "This is one of my favorite hot dog restaurants in the country, and the Superdawg is truly a great-tasting Chicago-style hot dog." Another echoed this sentiment, writing, "It's truly an awesome place to kick it outside or in the car and eat one heck of a delicious Chicago-style dog, the best kind." If you happen to be in Brooklyn, New York and craving a Chicago-style dog, Bobbi's Italian Beef has you covered. This laid-back spot has booths with plastic seats, a Pac-Man arcade game in the corner, and signage on the walls proudly proclaiming it uses Vienna beef hot dogs. The Chicago dog has all the fixings you would expect, including mustard, diced onions, tomato wedges, neon green relish, a pickle spear, and a sport pepper. And as custom dictates, it's served on a poppy seed bun and sprinkled with celery salt. As a bonus, it also comes with tater tots. The Chicago dog at Bobbi's has earned accolades from legions of diners, including many Chicagoans. One fan said on Yelp, "I'm happy to say from a Chicago native, the dog was correct." Another happy Yelp customer said, "Bringing a bit of Chicago to Brooklyn, this has been my favorite of the recent hot dog spots that have emerged in the area. The reason is the quality and balance of the Chicago dog. The actual hot dog is delicious, and a lot of tasty and fresh toppings add to it." It's all about classic Windy City bites at Chicago Avenue Hot Dogs in Frisco, Texas. The menu features plenty of meat-centric dishes like the Chicago hot dog, Maxwell Street Polish sausage, Italian beef sandwich, and deep dish pizza. The Chicago dog sports authentic elements like a Vienna beef hot dog, poppy seed bun, mustard, relish, celery salt, freshly chopped onions, sliced red tomatoes, kosher pickle, and sport peppers. Owner Rick Henry hails from Chicago, which may be why so many customers agree that the Chicago dog tastes authentic. Diners love the quality of the hot dog, the ample toppings, and the combination of flavors. One Yelp diner said their Chicago dog was piled high, and the hot dog had a nice stiff pop in each bite. Another reviewer said in a YouTube video, "I feel like I'm in Chicago right now. I'm not going to lie. This is the best Chicago-style hot dog I've ever had outside of the city of Chicago." Line 51 Brewing Company specializes in craft beer and Chicago-style eats. The Oakland, California brewery is housed in a 7,500 square foot space replete with an AC transit bus hooked up with beer taps. The food menu is small, with just a few offerings like the Chicago hot dog. Line 51 sticks to the traditional formula for its Chicago-style dog by using an all-beef Vienna hot dog, poppy seed bun, mustard, onions, tomatoes, green relish, a pickle spear, sport peppers, and celery salt. You can also get it with a vegan hot dog. Line 51 may be miles away from Chicago, but many diners say it has the Chicago-style dog down pat. As one fan on Yelp said, "The best place in the Bay Area to get real Chicago dogs. They don't just slap a pickle and tomato on a basic hot dog and call it a Chicago dog. This is the closest to the real thing I have been able to find outside the Midwest." Another reviewer on Yelp proclaimed, "Legit Chicago dogs and Italian beef sandwiches. My new go-to for Chicago food, and great beer too." Even if you're not from Chicago, you may have heard about Portillo's and its famous hot dogs. The chain began as a humble hot dog stand called the Doghouse in Villa Park, Illinois in 1963. After much trial and error, the business took off and was later renamed Portillo's after founder Dick Portillo. The chain is renowned for its authentic Chicago-style hot dogs, as well as its Italian beef sandwiches and chocolate cake. What really makes Portillo's hot dogs so delicious is the premium Vienna beef hot dogs that are simmered in hot water but not boiled. The pillowy steamed poppy seed bun and the lashings of mustard, relish, celery salt, chopped onions, tomatoes, kosher pickle, and sport peppers complete the picture perfectly. Diners can't get enough of the dogs. As one customer wrote on Google, "The best hot dogs I have ever had. The Chicago dog was something I never thought I would enjoy, as I don't like pickles, relish, or mustard, but it was so delicious. The bun, oh my god, heaven sent, and the snap of the hot dog on every bite is absolutely perfect."
This is God speaking to us through food.
Founded in 1967, Wolfy's is often named one of the best hot dog restaurants in Chicago, thanks to its plump Vienna beef dogs piled high with classic toppings. There are several hot dogs on the menu, including a regular hot dog, cheese dog, chili dog, and jumbo dog. You can get your dog steamed or charred and fully loaded or dressed to your liking. You can also pair your Chicago dog with sides like cheese fries, onion rings, and mozzarella sticks. If you want to sweeten the deal, throw in a cool and creamy milkshake. Unsurprisingly, the stand has gotten pretty high praise, with one Yelp diner writing, "Of the 25-plus hot dog stands I've tried in Chicago, this is my favorite. Their classic jumbo char dog is perfect, and there is no shortage of toppings from the garden." Another satisfied customer commented, "Vienna hot dogs with a casing that snaps. Hot dogs and buns served fresh from a steam table, and all the fixings that make a Chicago-style hot dog something special." Many diners recommend getting the jumbo char dog fully loaded and pairing it with Wolfy's thin-cut crispy fries. Mustard's last stand was born out of a desire to give homesick Chicagoans in Denver and Boulder a place where they could indulge in an authentic Chicago-style hot dog. Founder Dan Polovin had made the move himself from Chicago to Colorado, so he knew exactly what he needed to do. The restaurants use only Vienna beef hot dogs and drag them through the garden with yellow mustard, bright green relish, onions, tomato, a pickle spear, spicy sport peppers, and celery salt. If you want a fun twist, you can also add sauerkraut to the mix. Both the Denver and Boulder locations have been serving Chicago-style dogs since 1978, which is a pretty good testament to the quality of the food. Customers say that the hot dogs are legit Chicago-style and the flavors are spot on. As one customer on Google said, "Great snap, perfect topping ratio, and the bun was awesome." Another fan concurred, writing, "I grew up in a classic Chicago hot dog joint. This is the real deal and the only one I will go to in Denver." There's nothing fancy about Red Hot in Tacoma, Washington, which many would say is exactly the kind of atmosphere you want when you're chowing down a fully loaded Chicago dog. Hot dogs are the mainstay of the menu, although the restaurant also serves burgers and sides like coleslaw, mac and cheese, and Frito pie. There are some interesting hot dog creations to choose from, but if you like your dog's Chicago style, the Tacoma is the way to go. All of the hot dogs at Red Hot are all beef and served on a steamed poppy seed bun. The Tacoma has all 7 fixings that a Chicago dog should, right down to the vibrant green relish, sport peppers, and celery salt. Many Chicago transplants say it's a pretty spot-on version of the real thing. As a Yelp diner native to the Windy City said, moved to the Pacific Northwest from Chicago, and I must say, they have a pretty solid Chicago dog. Customers say the dog is juicy and has great flavor. The only complaint is it's missing the great snap that a Vienna beef dog gives. The Wiener Circle is famous for its tasty char dogs and the insults the employees hurl at late-night customers. During the day, it has a much tamer atmosphere. Customers line up at the shack to grab Vienna beef hot dogs, charred or steamed, as well as cheese fries, char burgers, and Polish sausages. And, of course, you can get your char dog in a poppy seed bun with all the classic Chicago toppings. Many people say a visit to the Wiener Circle is an absolute must when in Chicago. Customers love the sassiness of the staff and the quality of the Chicago dogs. One Yelp customer said, "It was charred to a perfect snap and snuggled by bread that didn't fall apart under the onslaught of toppings, just squished down for better holding, as it should." The sport peppers were sufficiently spicy too. Just be careful about how you order your dog. As another customer wrote, "I loved my char dog, but I received much criticism about using ketchup. Well, I am a native, and I don't give a damn."
What's the one condiment that does not go on a Chicago-style hot dog?
Ketchup.
Since 1987, Hot Dog Heaven has been serving a wide variety of hot dogs from its location on Colonial Drive in Orlando. Most days, there's a lineup out the door with customers patiently waiting to get their hands on a Chicago-style dog. Owner Mike Feld grew up in Chicago and pays homage to his hometown by using only Vienna beef hot dogs and poppy seed buns. Hot Dog Heaven serves its Chicago dog dragged through the garden with the exception of celery salt. One customer praised the establishment on Google, writing, "I've tried Chicago dogs at a number of different spots throughout Central Florida, and nothing beats Hot Dog Heaven." The spot earns accolades from diners for its steamed poppy seed buns, the flavor and snap of the Vienna beef hot dogs, and the abundance of flavorful toppings. Plus, customers say the service is friendly and the prices are reasonable. As another diner commented, "It's the real deal authentic Chicago-style hot dog. Great service, great people. They are definitely Chicagoans."